The Chicago Archdiocese has been looking to sell St. Adalbert's Church since closing it in 2019. They say they now may have a buyer, but only for the church, not for the rest of the church campus, which has some who are trying to preserve this building concerned. The beautiful historic church building is well over a century old. St. Adalbert was built by Polish immigrants and was their church home in Chicago until eventually the Latino population grew to become the majority in the Pilsen neighborhood. But St. Adalbert's has been vacant for nearly 6 years, closed by the Archdiocese because of dwindling attendance. But a faithful group of immigrants has steadfastly continued efforts to maintain their church in the Catholic faith.
These churches are the cornerstone of our architectural legacy here in this city.
City officials say the church campus, which includes a rectory, a convent, and a school, as well as the church, is on the verge of having landmark status, which would protect it from being demolished or substantially altered.
No church can survive on its own. It needs the benefit of the parking lot. It needs the benefit of the buildings around it to help generate income.
But after several failed attempts to sell the church property over the years, the Archdiocese says they now have a buyer, a non-denominational church which would likely demolish the rectory and convent. In a statement, the Archdiocese says, in part, "We have been consistent in respectfully opposing the involuntary landmarking of this property, especially in its entirety. We have worked transparently with stakeholders throughout this process and are grateful to those in city leadership who support limited landmarking. We're excited about the potential steward that has come forward, People Church, and look forward to the return of the church to its full potential as a respite for the faithful." But the Society of St. Adalbert wants the entire church campus saved as a shrine to the Catholic Church.
This is what makes our city architecturally significant and beautiful, and these are the kinds of things that drive tourism here, since we now have a pope from here.
The city's zoning committee meets in the morning and will consider changes to the landmark status to include just the church and not the entire campus. Meantime, those trying to save the campus say they will continue to pray for a solution.